Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 223. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And how are you? What's going on?
Well, you know, I am as I always am. And let's leave it at that. How are you?
You exist in the day and night that is the days of the week.
Yes, I exist within those. Somewhere within those 7 days.
Or maybe it's for you, it's like that, you know, the WandaVision type hologram or whatever that's going on.
Oh, trust me, if I can turn my life into a sitcom right now, I definitely would.
I haven't seen one episode of WandaVision, so I don't know.
You really should. It was really good.
I'm not saying that it's bad or anything.
No, I know.
Yeah. I just have the Agatha song stuck in my head because that's all that plays on TikTok now.
Well, because everybody loves that song. So, and it also hit #1 on the iTunes chart.
Oh, I didn't even know it's available for download.
It was available for download. It's 63 seconds long, and it was #1 on iTunes. Hey, look, you know what? Look, if WAP can be like #1 on iTunes, I think Agatha all along could be #1
This is true.
on iTunes.
And that's $1.29 for 60 seconds.
There you go.
You know what? This episode is going to show I've spent more money on less garbage. Or more garbage, I should say.
No. You've spent, I was going to say, you've spent money on more garbage. There's no question about that. You definitely take the garbage crown.
No, well, it's not all garbage, I got to say. No. Some of it may or may not deliver, but that's what we're going to talk about this week. It's a Kickstarter episode. We did it, well, we should do a Kickstarter, I don't know. But we did this once before, just kind of talking about the stuff that we've contributed to Kickstarters, game related.
And when you say we mean you.
Well, you did a couple in the first time we did this. You had a couple under your belt.
The first time I did order two things. Okay, now I can safely say I have not been on Kickstarter in probably a year or a year and a half.
Good for you, because today we're going to show why I should stay off of Kickstarter.
Yes, so. let's show everybody why you're broke.
And you know, we're going to put links on because really, folks, I think there's a lot of some cool stuff. Hopefully you'll see you back, you know, you guys, and girls, maybe back some of these projects. Some of them are already done. We'll get into all that, in a minute. But first things first, I just want to show you, I got a new, NES game in the mail.
Ooh.
Actually, not the way for this one. Yeah, I was kind of searching the interwebs, and, I saw this game on the NES, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize something like this was made. You know, sometimes you come across a game, you're like, I didn't even know this existed. And it's based on one of my favorite movies of all time. I remember watching, I didn't watch, but there's a video on YouTube somewhere of like the top 5 or top 7 or something, video games based on movies you never realized. And the cover art is Suburban Commando. So I'm like, So, you know, it just goes to show some games, but this is on NES.
Okay.
In my opinion, greatest movie of all time. And it's from Jalico, right? Jalico.
Okay. Spaceballs, the video game. Very nice. Yeah. I didn't know they had a game.
Yeah. Jalico put it out. And I mean, it's in beautiful condition.
It really is.
Don't get me wrong. Ooh.
It like I'm almost questioning that it's like its legitimacy. Have you did you try it?
Well, no, I don't have an NES hooked up yet. I mean, there's definitely there's pins in there.
Okay, I want that.
And then of course, you know, it's always funny to read the back.
Now I gotta look it up.
The back warnings, because like you read them sometimes on the carts and you're like, oh, they mentioned that. So here's the warnings on the back.
Right. Do not get your oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's awesome.
For the audio, it's do not get your shorts twisted, do not go to ludicrous speed, do not find yourself surrounded by a-holes. Yes, it is a fake video game.
Yes, thank you.
But I mean, look at the quality though.
It looks really good.
Right? It's Etsy. I saw this and I'm like, I have to buy it because Spaceballs is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
And of course the whole scene, you know, Spaceballs, the lunchbox, Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal.
Merchandising.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. Kids love this one.
That's the one. Now, see, that's the one you should have bought. You should have bought Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
But it's from the Etsy. I just want to give this guy a plug because he's got some awesome stuff. Etsy. It's on the Etsy page. Faux Show Toys. FAUX.
Faux Show Toys.
Yeah,
I love that.
Faux Show Toys. I guess more for Faux Show collectibles.
Faux Show.
Faux Show Toys on Instagram. But his whole thing is all these fake NES and SNES cartridges. Just some of the movies that he has available. Friday,
Nice.
Army of Darkness,
Ooh, that would be a good video game.
The Room.
Oh,
Oh, hi, Mark.
I've never seen The Room.
I saw The Disaster Artist last night. Movie's fantastic. And it's
Oh,
based
I heard it was really good. Yeah.
it's based on Tommy Wiseau, who did The Room, which is the worst movie ever made. But great to watch. Fight Club, Tommy Boy, The Rock. Some great stuff. And then he also does he also has, which I'm not gonna lie, these are I think are a little overpriced. But like on you know, like those, you ever see like those little retro, what do they call them? They're like retro toys. You know, stuff like that. Like he's got Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries.
Nice.
The Tree from Commando.
Oh my God.
So like it's a piece of wood that he's got things in it. So
awesome.
it's very cool. The video games are fantastic. They're really fun. Some of the ones that they have. So check it out. Faux Show Toys on Etsy.
I need an action figure of Bennett from Commando with the pipe sticking out of him.
Nope, not yet. I mean,
Let
they
off
might
some
be on here
steam,
soon.
Bennett.
The best though is the one from Commando. It's literally just a twig that he he glued to a backer card. So
Yeah, but it's just the visual from the
No,
movie
of course,
like,
absolutely.
You know, friggin' Arnold
Absolutely.
Schwarzenegger carrying a tree.
It's
Literally a tree.
and that's the picture that's on the backer card.
That's awesome.
Hulk Hogan from Gremlins 2. So
When does the Alyssa Milano figure come out?
what? Oh, side note.
Oh God.
No. Also video game related, Riff Tracks.
Okay.
They're the guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Bill Corbett, Michael J. Nelson, and Kevin
Spacey.
No, wow. And
Kevin somebody. All right, moving on.
no, I'm very upset. I completely forgot Kevin's name because he's my favorite
That's
Tom
okay.
Servo.
Old age.
So so they do Riff Tracks, which is just basically the audio of MSC3K, and they just released Double Dragon.
Nice.
And you can purchase the movie with the commentary track already on it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, it's a good one.
That's
It's a good
really
one.
cool. Yeah, well, I mean, that movie was great.
Oh, movie. It took place in a dystopia 2007.
That's what it was. It was 2007.
Yeah, Kevin Murphy. There we go, Kevin Murphy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it took place in 2007.
That's just a shame.
And
I don't remember 2007 being very dystopian.
no, LA looked I mean, it looked a little nicer then in the movie than I think it does now, but
I know. I was there.
so but nevertheless, Faux Show Toys. So check them out on Etsy.
Very cool.
All right, now let's get into the I bought one for my cousin, as my cousin's husband, because he's totally into Spaceballs as well. So they for the Super Nintendo version, it's Super Spaceballs. So
Well,
it's
of course it is.
It's pretty funny. All right, put this over there. All right.
All right, moving on.
All right, here we go, folks. So Kickstarter, wonderful campaign website to use if you want to try and get something off the ground. And I have 8 wonderful Kickstarter campaigns, some of which are already over, so I've already paid. But I think a lot of them would be pretty cool.
Technically, you have 9 that you've already paid for.
Oh, no, I didn't pay for that one. They didn't charge me.
No, I was talking about the Polymega.
Oh. That wasn't Kickstarter. They did that on their own.
Oh, I thought that was Kickstarter.
No, that wasn't Kickstarter. But I have been in contact with them. I've been emailing them back and forth, actually.
Where's my
Polymega.
stuff? Yeah.
Not as much where's my stuff. More like, hey, I pre-ordered on September 9th, 2018. Just curious when my batch is going to go out. And they're like, well, if you ordered in 2018, it will be going out soon. Be on the lookout. I've been checking my email like 90 times a day, waiting for that stupid tracking number. And I believe it's coming soon. I hope so.
Oh, Larry, it's been coming soon for like the last year and a half for us. So
No, but now it's there, because they are shipping.
People are getting it. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but
So,
and I'm going to need it for some of these games that
yeah,
I've purchased
because
through Kickstarter.
I don't remember. Did we mention it last week? One of our subscribers
Yes.
on Facebook. Yeah, he showed us pictures of the whole batch that he received.
Yep. And the NES mod is shipping separately, I think, because they're trying to fix it up for the Famicom as well. So, but that's just me. So, all right. So let's get into this, folks. Again, we'll have the links if we remember to do it in the descriptions, both the audio and the video portion of the podcast.
That would be ideal.
And again, if this is especially for the Kickstarters that are still going, which all of them, except for the ones that are like clearly done, all of them should have enough time where when this drops, they should still be available. And remember, folks, you can either actually, do a backer part where you actually purchase something, or you can even, like, if you think it's cool enough but you don't want it, you can throw like $1 or $2 just as support. That's what it's kind of all about, just as support. And remember, you don't get charged until the end of the campaign, and the campaign has to be successful in order for it to go. So it's kind of a risk and reward, I guess. I don't know. So the first one I want to start off with is actually something that I think of all of these is probably one of the best, probably the top one that's available. It's the Genki, Genki Shadowcast for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5.
Yep, which I'm looking at right now.
Yes. Essentially, it's a little HDMI dongle that lets you play these systems on any computer, on any laptop, without any major program needed to be installed, and you will be able to successfully stream without having to have, again, this elaborate setup for streaming, which is kind of like my problem. I don't really have a place, especially since I've been working from home. The best place to have has been taken up by my new home office. And the company that's putting this out, Genki, it's created by Human Things. The last 2 years have been the top Kickstarter campaign in like the video game chapter, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, wow.
Category. So they know what they're doing. What's really cool about this Shadowcast, though, is that, again, it's almost like a plug and play. That's how easy it is. Even though it says Nintendo and PS5, I'm pretty sure it's any system that can hook up via HDMI.
Okay.
Is what I'm getting. So you can game on your computer, you can record and stream content, and what I think is really cool about it is, and I don't know the science behind it, but it somehow hacks the camera that lets you play almost like multiplayer on like Zoom or something like that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, like it takes the camera and makes it basically a monitor. So like right now, me and Anthony, we record on Zoom, both the audio and the video. And we could essentially, if we both had this unit, we could essentially plug in a game and both play multiplayer like at the same time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I think is awesome about this.
That's really cool. Well, but I mean, I'm not knocking this thing because like I'm looking at it, and yes, this is something I definitely want to buy because if I want to start streaming more, which would be great, this would be the easiest way to do it. No question.
Yeah.
But doing multiplayer, we're talking like local multiplayer games, like let's say like games that you can't like play as a multiplayer.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
The internet. Yeah. Cause like normally it's like you just go online and you hook up this multiplayer,
I don't know about that. I feel like that would be a little bit more cumbersome. Now don't get me wrong. That might be a situation here, but I don't think so.
Okay.
This is really more designed for ease of use. Like, for example, and they have it on their website, the Elgato, which I had, goes for about $180. There's another unit, I can't read what it is, another video capture card unit, that's $130.
Right.
This Genki Shadowcast, $39.
Yeah, which is insane when you think about it. But it, like you said, it plugs in almost the way like an Amazon Fire Stick does.
Yep, straight in, yeah. Here, and I'm quoting from the website, Video Chat Your Gameplay. This allows you not only to share your gameplay live with anyone, but you can actually play with your friends and see them on split screen just as if you were playing in couch co-op mode in person. So probably yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Probably yes.
Yeah, see, and that's really cool because, you can watch, if you think about like setting up a streaming, like, how we stream through OBS, and we always talked about like, if we were to play together, would the complication be like, how will you see everybody on the screen? Like if you can hack the camera that way so you can see everybody, yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Exactly. And this is not even, and you know what, as I continue to look through the Kickstarter page, it's not only for video games. You can hook it up to a camera to make it kind of into a webcam, if you will. As they say, quote unquote, no need for expensive wireless monitors. So it's got a lot of capability, a lot of oh, and also the quality of video you get out of it does look a little bit better than a webcam. I'm not saying 4K, don't get me wrong, but you know, just the comparison between a regular webcam and the Shadowcast, you know, definitely there is a difference you can see there. So this is what I'm saying. This one I think is probably the best one out of all of them. And you can capture, you know, you can even capture with OBS, XSplit, some of these other programs. You can share it to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. So yeah, it's definitely designed for ease, just like their other items were, which were a Bluetooth wireless adapter for the Switch. And also a little kind of travel. You may have seen it before. I don't know the name of it. I apologize. But it's like almost like a travel dock for they focus on the Switch. Travel dock for the Switch, which is almost like the size of an iPhone charging adapter. And you just plug that in and you run the wires through that, and there's no need for this cumbersome dock when you're on the road.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Now, did you have to buy the audio piece as well, or just the HDMI, just the one Shadowcast?
No, just the one piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw that they have like an audio piece as well.
That's the separate, that was like last year's Kickstarter, because they're doing like, you can buy them together and stuff. They're like, you know,
oh, I see. It's an adapter to connect like two Bluetooth headphones and stuff like that. Okay, that's really clever. Really clever.
So, yeah, definitely check them out. They're already done. But if you go to the Kickstarter link, there's a pre-order that you can go separately and pick that up.
Oh, so, cool. So yeah, this is probably something I would buy.
So that one is really cool. Genki. The next one, the first couple here, including the Shadowcast, we've kind of mentioned in the past.
When you click on the link, it takes you to Indiegogo, which we talked about before the show.
That's because Indiegogo, you just buy right then and there. You just
keep going.
Yeah.
So between the two, just to note, between the two sites, they had, I think, they had $4 million pledged to them.
I'm telling you, the guys are fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
They definitely know what they're doing. So. The next one I want to mention, which, again, this I really didn't pledge heavily. I think again, just a couple of dollars, like, hey, look, I love the idea, good luck. It's called the Couch Console. And
you showed me this before.
We did. I think it's a good idea. Basically, the Couch Console is, if you have a couch or even a large love seat that doesn't have like the divide down the middle where you can put your cup of whatever your favorite beverage is, or even like a little platform to place something. It's basically designed to do that. It's this kind of cube that that has a snack tray, that has a cup holder, that has a little area for storage. You can charge your phone and your controllers, and a little, place to put your controllers, like when you step away for a moment. And it's designed to be put right next to you on the couch. Very cool. Again, it's all compact. What I love about it though is the cup holder, because it's a self-balancing cup holder. So if you get up, sit on the couch, get up the couch, and the couch moves, the cup will self-balance itself so it won't tip over and spill. And I think just even that little thinking push this thing forward, in my opinion, for a great idea. Is just a little organizer that sits right next to you.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. Now, granted, I'll tell you right now, definitely not something for me, and I'll tell you why. I don't like to snack when I game because my snacking gets out of control. So
fair enough.
But for anybody who does like to snack and game, or even, to be honest with you, to your point, it's a clever little thing to have. I prefer the organizer part of it, where it's like, if you look at it, you can put either your controller or your TV remote, your phone, your drink, like you said, so there are other ways to do it. It also has a charging plug, apparently.
Exactly. And it's module. It's module. So if you don't want if you can take the snack tray out and put something else in,
you put something else in to take its place. Yeah, no. For reason alone, I go, this is just a very, very clever item. It
And
really, really is.
they even have a little like this spacer tray, expandable tray, I should say.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now.
Yeah, that like you could put your laptop on or something
Hmm.
like that, you know, so it's off the couch. You can put like if you're even more snacking, if you have like a meal or something, you can kind of put it there next to you. So it's really good, especially for like, you know, like in a dorm or in a small apartment or something. Again, like I said, it has like a large couch. It doesn't have a
Yep.
island in it. So definitely check that out as well. Again, not something I'll be getting, but something I definitely contributed to, which I thought was
Yep.
cool. The couch
Yeah, and
console.
they raised a good amount of money too. I mean, they were looking for 15,000. They raised 2.3 million.
There you go.
It's insane.
Almost 16,500 backers, created
Yep.
by eBite Inc.
eBay Inc. Good for
Check
you
them out.
guys.
And then the final, at least is the ones that are already done that
Mm.
I've backed. Again, I mentioned this one in the past in talking about the Polymega and patiently waiting for the Polymega and hoping to God that it will play ROMs and hacks and homebrews that are put onto a cartridge.
Basically, all the things you have.
Basically, it's a game called Irina Genesis Metal Fury.
Mm,
It
okay.
is a shoot 'em up, my favorite genre of
Of
video
course.
gaming. That is specifically going to be made on a physical region free or multi-region, I should say, Genesis slash Mega Drive cartridge.
I see that,
Yeah,
and I like the cover. The cover art's really cool.
yeah, right. Um, for those wondering, again, I'm quoting from the Kickstarter page. Irina Genesis Metal Fury, brand new shoot 'em up designed for the Sega Genesis Mega Drive, which is inspired by classic games of the 90s, such as Thunder Force 3 and 4,
Hmm.
Aero Blaster,
Ooh.
Super Shinobi 2, and Contra Hardcore.
Ah, one of your favorites.
Exactly. So that caught my eye to begin with.
Hmm.
Watching the video, watching the I don't know, I don't think we'll be able to put the videos up here. We'll try and put photos, hopefully, throughout the thing as well here. Surprise.
Oh,
Which
thank you
I'll
for
send,
that.
I'll send you later. But there you can watch some video on YouTube actually of gameplay, at least prototype
Hmm.
gameplay. I backed on this one, which is due out next year, next March, so I'd have some time on this one. But I did back the version that will give me the game cartridge in the box with the manual.
Yep, I'm seeing that. You also get an art book in PDF form.
I do get you get that. I get the game ROM file with a
Very
manual
nice.
PDF,
Nice.
then a Kickstarter exclusive demo ROM, which I have no use for any of those, but it
Hmm.
is what it is. Because I've done Kickstarters, like I did that Kickstarter trophy, but I only got the cartridge. Then I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe
Yeah.
I should get the box and everything with it. So now
Did you
I'm doing that.
did you read the features for this one? Which I find interesting. It's 7 levels, 4 difficulty modes,
Hmm.
three upgradable weapons, 3 speed modes, and then there's a bunch of other stuff. But my favorite, you get cutscenes with dialogues.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oops, little typo there.
a winner,
Dialogues.
a winner is you.
Yes, cutscenes with dialogues.
Well, to be fair, it's being translated because it backed it got 62,000 euros. So it's from it's coming out of Paris, France. So
Oh, is that where it's coming out of?
yeah, White Ninja Studio is who
Very
created
cool.
it.
All right.
A little over 1,000 backers. So
Nice.
yeah,
And
so looking forward
they
to it.
made their money, so this will be coming out.
Yep, they were looking for 35,000 euros. They got 62,000 euros.
Good for them.
Yeah, I find a lot of cool shoot 'em ups from Kickstarter.
Yeah, you're a big shoot 'em up. Now, my question is always to you: how many shoot 'em ups have you beaten of all of these that you've purchased? But we
I
won't go
usually
there.
barely get past the first level in a lot of these bullet hell type games. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
hopefully, you'll be able to get through this one.
But it's the love of just trying to get through it anyway. So, and another one like R-Type Final 2, which I backed about a year and a half ago or so. It's coming out next month.
Well, nice.
So there you go.
So you have lots of shoot 'em ups to stream.
Oh, I got a bunch of them. Okay, here we go. Now, these next 5 are ones that are currently going on. And again, like I said, I do believe there is enough time on all of them that if you want in, you can definitely get in because there's still a lot of time. One of them may be cutting it close.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in any event, let's go right into it. This next one is another one, Ant, I think you will like a lot. You have a lot of games that you would consider collectibles, I would say.
I believe so.
A few
Yeah,
games.
I would definitely categorize quite a few as collectible.
Yep. So company, Pound Technology, has just launched a Kickstarter, and even though this gets me no street cred, I am kind of happy because for the first time ever, I'm literally the first person to be the backer on this project. Because as soon as I saw the email, I'm like, because I was waiting for this to come out, I got in on it. It's called Game Frame. It's your favorite games. It's basically frames for video games.
Yep.
But here's what's kind of cool about it. First of all, you get pieces that you can put any game in there, whether it's a cartridge, CD, whether you have the jewel case or you want to show off the CDs themselves.
Yep.
Right? Yes, Link. I know. This.
Link
You've been waiting for this.
Link is very excited about this one.
It comes with little, I guess I'll call them adapters, and everything's magnetic. So like these little like shelves that you can position wherever you want. So it's like a shadow box.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's
and
a shadow box.
You could put the game in wherever you want. If you can fit a couple of games in there, you can. You can put it like landscape or portrait. If you have the discs, you can display the discs, like there's little screws or whatever, so you can show the discs. But what's even better beyond that is it's got, I want to say a magnetic latch that lets you easily open the frame and play the game.
Yep.
You can take it right out and play it.
You can take it out. You can obviously swap if you want to display another game.
Yep.
Very cool.
I love that. Again, sometimes you get emails like saying, hey, we're about to launch this Kickstarter, so be on the lookout. You know, not like a pre-order, just, you know, you can like it ahead of time so you get the updates quicker.
Right.
And this was one that I saw because I definitely have at least 4 or 5 signed games that I would love to put up on these.
Like Jaws.
I got 2 Jaws, 2 of them.
2 Jaws, yes.
The boy
Richard Dreyfuss
and Richard Dreyfuss. I got what's his face from Back to the Future? Your cousin Marvin Barry. He was actually awesome. And I got who was the female lead in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Oh, Karen Allen.
Yes, I got Karen Allen to sign an Atari version of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, and finally on a copy of Krull on Atari, I mailed away. I got the guys from Rift Tracks to sign the cartridge. So
yeah, so you definitely have plenty to frame. So
yeah,
did you order the 6-pack?
No, I didn't order 6-pack. That is a little too much. I mean, it's worth it. It's $270, so it's worth it in the long run. But I don't think I'm going to have that many. Plus, again, it's swappable.
Yes.
So I'll probably want to just change it anyway. So
you just change it up based on how you're feeling.
Yeah. I got the early bird special, which is still, as of recording, there's still 25 left of the early bird, $50. Comes with 1 game frame, 1 ledge, 3 spindles, 2 screws, mounting brackets, and I'm assuming that is a Velcro strip.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's got a magnetic support system, easy access, UV protection. Yeah, this thing just looks awesome. You can even you can print up if you want like a back.
You can print the background. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't, let's say you don't have the box to the game, you can always print out the cover art and put it in there, or you can print out a level from the game,
exactly.
like, a backdrop from that, and just put it in the background. It's really cool. It's a clever little thing,
and it's all magnetic. That's I think what's great about it. It just makes it so easy. So, yeah, no, I think this one's really cool. Stretch goals. If it hits $100,000. You get a special Kickstarter enamel magnet, which is kind of cool. Nice. And at 200,000, magnetic bubble level will be, I don't know what that means. So, and this thing's, I think, scheduled to ship in August.
Magnetic bubble level, does that make it look like the cartridge is floating?
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's pretty cool.
Well,
but again, these guys
what happens.
These guys have a history. Pound Technology. In fact, I think these are the guys that put out the HDMI. Other than Hyperkin, is like another company that does it, Pound Technology, that puts out the HDMI wires for the old systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well, now they have a foray into, game framing.
as of recording, 41 days to go, 38 backers. They need $15,000. Oh, and the rest of these funds will all be in US dollars.
Oh.
$15,000 right now. They're at 4,700, almost 4,800. Still way early in the campaign. But if you're a collector and you got some great games, I'm telling you, this is what you want to look for. So, and I should have said this in the beginning. I'm saying this out of love of these projects. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hyping them because I'm going to get anything from it. I'm passionate enough that I love this and I think this is a great idea. So when you hear the passion, it's not like, oh, he's getting a kickback.
I don't know. I really do think you should be the new Billy Mays.
He died of a crack overdose.
Well, not that part. Not that part of Billy Mays. I'm talking about you're like an infomercial king. You should.
Okay, that is true. I've always wanted to be. When I was younger, I wanted to be a game show host.
I know. I think you'd be better at infomercials.
That was my dream. All right, so far where we're at though, and all joking aside, I know you're definitely a lot better with your money than I am with mine, but
just a tad.
I mean, so far any of these interesting? Any of them kind of striking your fancy? Maybe.
Yeah, well, the Genki Shadowcast for sure.
Okay,
has got my interest. I like the Pound technology, the framing and everything like that. Mm-hmm. For me though, like I wouldn't just want one. I would like to have like 3 or 4 so that I can do a nice little, design on my wall.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna sell more. This is just the early, you know what I mean? So
no, totally get that. But like those two, in terms of the Irina game, I mean, I'm okay with side scrollers. They're just not my favorite games, so I would pass on that.
Fair enough.
And I don't remember the other one you mentioned, so clearly it wasn't that important to me.
the couch.
Oh yeah, the couch thing. No, I'd pass on that one too. So,
all right.
Continue on Kickstarter.
Moving right along.
Kickstarter King.
I vaguely remember this cartoon. Like there is something in my brain.
Thoroughly remember this.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because it's something I'm just like, this looks familiar, but I couldn't like guarantee it that it existed.
I gotta look it up really quickly to see who
made it.
Who made it? Because I want to say,
might you have worked for that company?
Might I have worked for that company? It's what I'm wondering.
So up next, while Anthony's looking it up, the Stone Protectors Special Edition Series box set.
Okay, definitely did not work for the company that did this. No, but I do remember this.
Yeah, it's vaguely remember, but it's nevertheless. This is more though. I gotta say, this one is more a DVD situation. Mm-hmm. But what's cool is, I'll tell you in a moment, they are looking to do a video game tie-in.
Okay.
So the Stone Protectors, the 80s were just littered with amazing cartoons, but they were totally intended to sell the toys.
Yes, and when you say 80s, you mean early 90s for this.
Oh, this was early 90s, or it was late 80s?
This was 1993.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Like I said, I don't remember it as much, but it was enough of it that I'm like, I think I remember. Like, I remember the toys.
I remember the toys for sure, and I could swear I remember the cartoon. Yes.
All right. Again, just a quote from Kickstarter. The Stone Protectors were an action figure line which was produced by the Ace Novelty Toy Company. They were part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Trolls craze of the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they came out with comic books, and they had a 13 episode run, kind of.
Kind of is correct, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the last 4 episodes were never aired. So this Kickstarter is basically to get these episodes, all 13, I believe, onto a DVD box set. So I'm like, all right, cool. Definitely into that, the nostalgia factor, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Here's the video game tie-in. They're going to be doing there was an unreleased video game for this. And that is what they're going to be putting out. They're going to be putting out a physical video game on the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember seeing any footage of the game yet. I'm sure they'll probably release that a little bit later. But again, having that a cartridge of an unreleased video game, I think is really cool.
Yep.
And as it goes on with the step goals, $35,000 new comic book, $60,000 a motion comic book.
Yep.
If they hit 120,000, they'll do a Blu-ray version, HD version of the episodes.
Yep.
Here's the interesting one, which I don't think they're going to get to. I hate to say it, but I hope they do.
They're not.
At $185,000, they will do a handheld video game version of the Stone Protectors in the style of a Tiger Electronic LCD,
which is kind of awesome.
That I think is really, really cool. You're right. And then 250,000 new action figure, and if they hit 615, a new 22-minute episode. Right now, 129 backers. They need $30,000. They just over $10,000 with 26 days to go. Again, if you love it, you know, you can purchase. But if they don't make their goal, you're not going to get charged. Yep. So you always have that cushion.
Yeah. What I love though is that they're willing to make a new episode of the show if they raise $615,000.
I mean, it's a lot of money to make a cartoon episode, I guess, because I think they're also going to get as much of the original actors as they can.
Yeah, but I just think that's kind of funny. For a show that only lasted one season, and not only did it only last one season, but 5 of the episodes weren't even released.
Hey, listen, sometimes it just lasts with you.
Mm-hmm. No, nostalgia is a big thing. You know, I have my Silverhawks on DVD and really would love to see more episodes.
Silverhawks.
I love that show. And
that show was fantastic.
And I had all the toys.
You did. I think I remember. I think you still had them when I started hanging out with you. I mean, obviously you weren't playing with them, but I think you just happened to have them.
Yeah, long gone. I really wish I still had them. I loved the jet. I forgot the name of the jet.
Oh, yeah.
Because you used to be able to shoot the action figures out of it. It was really cool.
And I'm sure you aimed them at your sisters.
Well, you know.
maybe
my sisters deserved it. Let's move on.
So, and of course, I backed basically the kit and caboodle on this one. DVDs, video game.
Of course you did.
Everything. Just to say, the game cartridges will be compatible with original SNES and Genesis consoles and some clone consoles. They'll come in a box with a color instruction manual and 11x17 poster exclusive to Kickstarter backers.
Very cool.
So definitely check that one out. All right, moving on. So the next, there's a couple more here that are just kind of more like caught my eye. I like the idea, so here it is. This is one of them. It's called Jitsu Squad, a 2D brawler action, and a free demo is already available.
Okay.
It's a 4-player co-op beat 'em up in the style, at least the gameplay of like a Final Fight, which I love that style.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Because at first I thought it was kind of like a Street Fighter type game. I'm like, I'm going to pass on that. But when I saw what it really is, I'm like, oh, this is pretty interesting. The graphics look phenomenal. Again, if you go to the Kickstarter, you can click on it to actually see the gameplay. Let me see if I can get a good description here. Not, you know, just kind of like the storyline, but it's just very animated. I'm not gonna say anything's hand drawn, but the visuals just pop as far as the characters, the sprites, and everything. Not even sprites. This is like designed for the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's gonna be made by Tanuki Creative Studio, and I backed the, of course, to get the physical copy, which comes with the game manual, digital soundtrack, yada, yada, yada. 8-bit ringtones, which I think are pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
And I think I get my name in the credits.
I hope it has good music.
I hope so, too. It should, actually.
You mean you didn't want the ninja plush?
Well, some things I might pass on.
Oh. or the arcade joystick.
You know, I have an arcade-like joystick already.
Yeah, I know.
So that no, not that giant one. I got one. Actually, I got one for the Switch,
the giant Capcom one.
That I have, which is still just in the box on the bottom shelf.
That thing's insane. It's really cool. Like the game looks really cool. You know what it looks like too? It's got like the colors are very vibrant. It's almost like a Marvel Capcom kind of look.
Yes, that's what. Okay, you nailed it. That's exactly what it's like.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Yep.
Which is cool. And they've already hit, let's see, they've hit 1, 2, 3, 4 of their goals. The Kickstarter goal, and then they hit 3 stretch goals already. Yeah,
they're really, I mean, again, when doing it in US dollars, they needed a little over $17,800. They're at almost $60,000 right now with 510 backers and 19 days to go. as far
So
as
this sucker's definitely coming out.
it was funded within 24 hours. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Which is very cool.
Exactly. And it's coming out of the Netherlands.
Very cool. Love it. Absolutely
Yes.
love it.
This one's really cool. So I can't wait to get that one. At some
All
point.
right.
I'm actually going to jump ahead. I want to jump ahead into the last one, the newest one, because
yes,
the other one I think is really cool to talk about.
Yeah, the other one I'm like most interested
Exactly.
in.
Yep. So, all right. So this one I just actually caught literally probably yesterday or the day before. Everything on Kickstarter and stuff is always coming out with like NES, SNES cartridges, Genesis, Jim Powers in the Lost Dimension. I'm waiting to get on TurboGrafx CD. Should be coming in soon at some point, whenever, I don't know. But this one is a Game Boy game, and it's only recently I'm seeing more and more custom Game Boy games to be played on the original handheld. And that I like. I bought one, I always mispronounce it because it's translated from German. Dedius is a game that I ordered, a physical copy of like this, like, it's like almost like Legend of Zelda set in like this horror genre.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's very weird.
I like that.
Now, this one, here's the other great part about Kickstarter, and this is nothing ill will against the maker of this game that I'm about to talk about. As long as there's still days left in the campaign, if you change your mind, you can just cancel your pledge and call it a day. So this one I did for now. They definitely don't need my pledge because they're already funded. But I'm like, let me see how I feel. It's a game. It's called Indestructo Tank. Physical Game Boy cartridge game in 2021. So, and forgive me, I can't find the guy's name. Oh, here we go. It's called VX Games. THE-EXP Games. Anthony Lavelle is his name from Kickstarter. He created a bunch of Flash games back in the day.
Yep.
If we remember Flash games, you just got it on the computer, went to a website, and right there in the browser. I mean, today we take it for granted, but back in the beginning, it was like, whoa, this is actually kind of cool. Play like Snood on the internet.
Oh, Snood.
What I didn't realize is Adobe basically got rid of Flash, so you can't play Flash games anymore.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Flash is gone.
Yeah,
Flash
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they got rid of it a couple of years ago, at least.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. So this guy here had a bunch of different Flash games, and he figured, you know what? I'm going to bring one of them to the Game Boy. And it's called Indestructo Tank. It's pretty much it's almost like a Game & Watch game, I take it like as far as the gameplay.
Yep.
Just basically you move your your tank back and forth and keep things in the air. That's basically about
it.
Very,
very cool.
Very straightforward. But again, the fact that it's on a physical cart, it's for the Game Boy, you get a gorgeous box with it and the instruction booklet. I'm like, yeah, all right, let me back this for now. But again, I'm kind of like, I'm back and forth on this one.
Yep.
So I'll see. Again, no disrespect to it. I'm not saying it's going to be bad or anything. Just wondering, if it's something that I'm really interested in.
Well, you should go check out a video of it and see if you like the gameplay.
Of course, absolutely. So their pledge was for $2,700, almost $2,800. Right now they're a little over $4,600. So it's definitely going.
Mission accomplished.
Yep. 82 backers 18 days ago as far as recording.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, coming out of the UK. So that's a cool one. Yeah, I literally did that one last minute.
Well, hopefully you keep it.
Hopefully we will see. All right, and then the last one that I want to talk about, and like Ant just said, this one actually, again, I don't mean to keep going back to it, but I discovered this one or found out about it through Rift Tracks. They actually also, I think, are backing or are supporting, I should say, this project. The guys over at Rift Tracks. It's called Game Master Classified.
Yes, this is very interesting to me.
Yep, an insider's guide to Nintendo's coming of age. Oh, Rift Tracks is actually backing it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So essentially, it is we'll call it a tell-all book. That's being written by Matthew Tarantano, if I apologize, Matthew, and Howard Phillips.
Taranto or
Taranto? Taranto.
There you go.
And Howard Phillips, who was a bigwig at Nintendo in the 90s.
Yep.
And that is very cool. And Howard Phillips is going to go into detail in this book, some stories for the first time ever. Just going to be talking about basically life at Nintendo in, I guess, the 80s and 90s or whenever he was working there.
80s. And I like the format of it. Like it's very like it's not like a standard like,
Not a novel.
yeah, you don't read it like a novel. It's like all they're illustrated pages. There's actual like there's like graphic design applied to each page. Like you see some like a Double Dragon page and the Donkey Kong page. It's all really like I love the layout from the sample pages that are here.
Yeah, basically it does split yearly chapters spanning from 81 to 91, the entirety of Howard's time at Nintendo of America. And just to let you know who Matthew, I keep butchering his last name, is, he's a webcomic artist, composer, and Nintendo Switch indie game designer. So he's got an idea of what's going on with this stuff. So as quoted from Kickstarter, while Howard discusses playtesting every NES title under the sun, Matthew will offer his perspective of an American boy whose childhood was enriched by these fun experiences. And Matthew's also doing the layouts, which is why it looks gorgeous, because he is a webcomic designer.
Yeah.
They're going to get into Howard and Nestor. Remember those comic books?
Yes, I remember Howard and Nestor. Yes, it's kind of awesome.
And then, of course, just Howard's just memories and whatnot. And there's a lot of documentaries coming out. One of which actually we're going to talk about next week, which we'll get into in a moment, just very briefly. But well, at least hope for next week. Yeah, and because this is a book and you're a nerd who likes books, who and I don't know how to read, so I don't know why I'm backing this.
All very true. Well, you're backing it to give it to me.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm doing it. All right. I actually did back one of the higher levels because I was gonna do just the one like for a PDF. That's all I need. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a PDF. But I got to admit, I did back the hardcover book that's signed by both Matthew and Howard.
Oh, that's really cool. Which one is that?
That's the $79 level.
The giant level? Oh.
Sky level. No, I got Sky level.
You got the Sky level.
I'm also having my name and my favorite NES title of my choice in the book's Wall of Fame.
Oh, that's really... Please tell me you picked like a really bad game.
I was going to go Contra, but now that you say it, I really should do like Yo Noid.
Yeah, exactly. Like
a bootleg, one of those bootleg games, a Bible game.
Yeah, exactly. It should be like the Bible game, or I'm trying to think of a really bad, like Sesame Street 1, 2, 3.
Oh man. But let's see, and then of course the Kickstarter, the rewards. Oh, they talk about the reward. Where is it? Stretch goals. That's what it is. So book funded at 23,000. Oh, actually, how much are they making so far?
Yeah, they've definitely hit some of their stretch goals because they're Yeah,
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say this one as of today. What's today? Today's the 6th of March. There's 4 days left.
Yeah.
This one we're gonna try and put up early. This link and everything. Actually, I think I did. I don't remember. But
well, you should put it up. Yeah, I think you did put it up because I saw it and I said, "Ooh, I should check that out because this looks definitely like something I should buy." And I should probably do that soon since there are only 4 days left.
So the stretch goals, there's going to be a top 30. Both Howard and Matthew, I think, will put up their own top 30 video games. There'll be a power-up level. This is pretty cool. You might like this. And I think they cleared this level, as they call it. The book will be made with higher quality paper, full-page art on the inside cover. In other words, you're going to jack up the book itself. Like a stronger sewn book binding. There you go, as opposed to that glue, that old-time glue.
Very cool.
And then insider insights. There'll be a collector's corner if they get to it. Lost in translation, which I think they talk about some games from Japan that never really made it over here. So
cool.
So yeah, this one is really like I just remember growing up with Nintendo Power, Howard and Nestor. Always like I don't ever remember seeing Howard himself. Like I'm so used to just seeing him in a comic form.
Yep. Because
of Nintendo Power, to the point where when you click on the video, like the preview video on Kickstarter that that they present, I don't think I've ever heard Howard Phillips talk. And I'm like, oh, that's what he sounds like? Okay.
Well, then there you have it.
I'm saying like this guy's just like this. Not I don't want to say like my imagination. It's just I feel like I'm discovering him for the first time of someone that I've known for decades.
Oh well,
so
that's interesting in and of itself, Larry. Pretty cool. Good for you.
Thank you. We're all going to go to improv school.
Yes.
So check this out.
Yes, and
there you go. Someone has. Yeah. So basically, that's it. It just went up $1. I think the Kickstarter goal I just saw change by $1.
You know why?
Did you just do it?
I just did it.
Did you? That was you then. Alrighty then. Which one did you back? Now I'm curious.
I thought I backed the 79, but it's telling me I did the 59.
59, you're cheap.
No, I wanted to do the. Oh no, I just wanted the book. I didn't want it signed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah,
you did the war. Okay, anyway, and it comes out.
So the bottom line is, it's like now there you go. There you go.
Awesome.
I've supported. I haven't supported a Kickstarter in a very long time, so there you go.
Sweet. And with that, I think we can wrap it up.
I think that's basically more than enough, Larry. You did a lot of shopping over the last few months.
They got some cool stuff out there.
And now I just spent money. I hope you're happy.
I'm very happy, especially because I don't think you've ever really discovered all the board games that are on Kickstarter.
No. This is why I stay away from Kickstarter. I'm like, I would be in so much debt from Kickstarter just on board games alone.
I mean, a ton of board games. So.
Yeah, although lately I haven't been playing many, so you know.
Soon.
But yes, so very soon. But really cool stuff on Kickstarter, I have to say. There definitely were a few items that I was interested in. The Game Starter one was definitely the one that I was most interested in, which is why, or Game Master, what was it? Game Master.
The one we just talked about.
The one we just talked about that I just purchased. Because it was a book. Larry.
All right. Well, you know.
Yeah, but see, now that you've ordered a book, I expect you to read the book. So,
well, I think I also get the PDF version, so I'll read the PDF version. I'll just put the book up on
whichever version you want to do, just as long as I know that you're reading.
I'll read that because there's pictures in it, and I'm not trying to be funny. Like, no, for it, like there's diagrams, there's photos, like it's interesting as opposed. All right. So after Christmas, shortly after, I got you Ready Player 2 for Christmas.
Correct.
I bought Ready Player 2.
Did you read it?
I read the first 5 pages and I zonked right out. Not because it's bad or it's boring. I just fall asleep quickly when I read.
Oh, well, don't read it in bed.
And I'm not going to get the audio version because stupid Will Wheaton reads the audio version.
Oh, now I want the audio version.
He did the first one as well. I wanted to throw my iPhone out the window because Will Wheaton is a terrible human being, in my opinion. That is the opinion of Larry Mormon.
And it's the only opinion, right?
He was so mean to me when I met him.
I swear to God, you are Sheldon Cooper. Wheaton!
He wasn't mean. I think he was a jerk. In any event, and let's do a little. We don't do this often. Let's do a little preview of next week.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, I thought you were going to ask for something else. So next week we are actually going to be reviewing the Nintendo documentary that just recently came out on Crackle.
Yeah, Crackle coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah, I had no idea there was one. Now, granted, Larry, we still haven't watched the Console Wars one that's on CBS All Access. So
it's now called Paramount Plus.
Or Paramount Plus, whatever you want to call it. So the one on Crackle is called Playing with Power, the Nintendo Story. So that's the one that we're going to be checking out this week. To my understanding, it is 6 hour-long episodes. So we're gonna need to sit down. And
all right.
Now, Playing with Power is narrated by Sean Astin, who also executive produced it, which is awesome. You know, Mikey from The Goonies.
Yes, I was thinking Lord of the Rings, but okay.
Or Samwise Gamgee for younger people. And it includes interviews with gaming aficionados and experts such as Alison Highslip, Natty Casanova, Cliff Blazinski, Phil Spencer, Nolan Bushnell, very important name in video game history, and Will Wheaton.
Oh, God damn it. I'm skipping that episode.
Nope, can't do it. Sorry, you're just gonna have to put up with the Wheaton.
Stupid board game show.
We'll be checking that out. We'll be checking that out this week and discussing it next week. So yeah, so tune in next week to hear our review of Playing with Power, the story of Nintendo.
And also, real quick, Console Wars, was that episodic? Do you remember that being
episodic?
Yeah,
I believe that was episodic as well.
When I went, it's on Paramount Plus, and right now that just dropped, and you can do a free week or a free preview.
Yes.
Somehow I got a free month. But
how do you
Console
always
Wars,
look out on these?
Console Wars is actually on there as like an hour and a half movie. So unless they combined all the episodes,
oh no, I thought it was. I
thought it was episodic as well.
Yeah, I thought it was episodic as well. So if anything, like we should really check.
Maybe
we'll
do both. Who knows?
Yeah, if we have time this week to watch them all.
All right.
You know how much free time I have.
Oh yeah, and I got a lot of stuff happening this weekend myself.
I have all the free time in the world. All the free time in the world. You may be right. It may only be like a one episode thing, but that is not a topic to only carry like an hour and a half, at least in my opinion. So
we'll see.
Everything to know about. Never mind. Okay. So yeah. So next week we're reviewing Crackle, Playing with Power, the story of Nintendo.
Now I have to go find Crackle on my computer, on my television.
It's free.
And where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can watch us on YouTube and IGTV, and you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are everywhere. And you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
Let us know if you ended up backing any of those Kickstarters. Let us know if there's Kickstarters we don't know about that you've backed that are really interesting.
Yes.
Definitely hit us up on social media.
Absolutely.
Or the email.
And Larry promises he will buy it because he buys everything.
People are starting to get that idea.
Yes. What do you mean starting?
And with that, folks, we will catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.